gentlemen, to another late night with Pat and Pierre. Today, episode number 11, and I hope this was a warm welcome like you expected it.
Oh man, that's such a soothing voice.
Oh, yeah, in the morning, my voice is even more smooth.
Mm.
Mm.
I think soothing is the right word. Soothing.
Soothing? What's that?
Like soothing is like kind of calming. Like it makes you calm. It's like
Oh, yeah,
makes you
yeah,
feel
yeah,
better, you know?
yeah, yeah. Julia likes it when I'm waking up, when the alarm is ringing like 4 o'clock in the morning. She loves that.
I know she doesn't.
Yeah, but
So what's
her
your
voice
normal
is,
I
huh?
don't even know this, Pat, because I'm asleep, right? But like what's your normal like wake up time, honestly?
It was the last year probably 6:30, and I'm now going to 6 to 5:30 again
Ooh,
because
okay.
I like to wake up early and do things when all the others are sleeping.
Mm.
I really like that. I know you too. You do that too, and probably now I'm really with a lot of running. I'm able to go to bed like 10, something like that,
Oh, okay.
because
For me,
I really want not to stay that long up in the night anymore.
for me, today, like what I did was I got Brady up for school, and then I forced myself to go back to bed because of this.
Yeah,
Because I have to be up so late.
yeah. But
You know,
this is really, I really like to change that because I see if I get like 7.5 hours of sleep, I'm really performing well. And we both need to perform a lot, so that's important, you know.
that is true. That is true. Jerry, don't worry about my hat, Jerry. It's not that's not nothing to worry about.
So,
I'll
dun,
wear the blue
dun.
one. I'll wear the blue one for you on the next show.
So there was a comment about the greatest coach of all time from the Falcons, Arthur Smith, have left. Yes,
Mm.
yes, we can call it a yes, Lord. We can.
He's gone,
Maybe,
right?
yeah, maybe
Oh, that's
that.
my fault. I didn't change the year to 2024. That's my fault, not Leon, guys. Not Leon.
Ah,
So wait
yeah,
a second. So is the Falcons head coach gone?
yeah. So it's the way is free for Bill Belichick.
What did I tell you, man? What did I
Like we,
tell you?
I thought
yeah,
that's why you said that.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that. Nothing against Bill Belichick, right? But it's like I'm not sure.
I think Bill Belichick still has a lot of great coaching left in him.
You think so?
I do, in the right environment.
You know what was the biggest failure? That they should have made Kyle Shanahan as a head coach back in the days when they were at the Super Bowl.
Mm.
That's what they fucked up. I'm not sure if I prefer a younger coach or an old coach.
I was just talking to Leon about this. We're going to get to that topic, though, right? We're going to
All
talk
right,
about it
okay,
in a few
okay.
minutes, but I don't know. The young coaches are doing pretty well.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I think Bill Belichick, when you're winning, right? I think you can be a lot tougher and get away with it
Mm.
when you're winning, like because
Yeah,
there's kind of proof or evidence that it's effective. But if you're not winning and you're being like really tough on people, mm,
mm.
probably a little tough.
Yep, yep.
All
But
right.
I think, yeah, we can discuss this later. We can.
Yeah. Well, let's hit that countdown, Leon.
Welcome to another episode of Late Night with Pat and Pierre. Today, episode 11.
Mm.
It's 2024 and we are back. Feels good to be back.
It does. I'm changing the date on the thumbnail because I screwed up. 2020, and they're blaming poor Leon. It was me. It was me. So Leon, you now have the new thumbnail, just so you're aware.
Gotcha.
We got some good stuff lined up today, right, Leon?
Yeah.
Well, you don't sound like you're bringing the energy today, Leon.
We do have some good stuff. We got some current events. We have some hats to talk about.
Yeah.
And we are in the new year.
Yes.
We
I
are.
hope the new year started good for every one of you.
It was fantastic for me.
Yeah, I know.
It was very good for me. I don't know. I rang in the new year the same way I always do on my couch.
Yeah, me too. I was probably going to bed like 11.
Oh, you didn't even make it to midnight?
No, I never do it to midnight. I hate
You don't
this
give a
shit.
fuck, right?
Nah, I don't give a fuck about that. I'm super glad. So how is Lola doing at New
Midnight?
Year?
Oh
Yeah,
no, she's been great. She's great. But
she's
that
great. Okay.
day, she's knocked out by 9:30.
Okay. Now I mean because of are they not shooting over there? So like, you know.
Lola don't give a listen. The only thing that bothers my dog is the vacuum.
Yeah, it's the same with my cat. And
There is
me.
nothing else.
It bothers me more like I'm like Lola, the video you had. I'm like Lola when Julia is doing the vacuum clean with the vacuum
I
cleaner.
know. When I'm on
And
the phone,
she loves it, right? She wakes up like 6:30 in the morning. The first thing is gonna be like,
she vacuums that early.
yeah, she vacuums the whole day.
She's like obsessive compulsive a little bit.
Yeah. When I bought that Dyson one, it got even worse.
She loves that vacuum, huh?
Oh yeah, she loves it.
Lola is not a big vacuum fan. So I had I had the cleaners in here today, and usually they clean on Friday, but today, usually I work from home on Thursday. The cleaners come in, and Lola's used to getting in the car with me and going to the warehouse on Thursday or wherever we go together. She's always with me. Today, though, when I had to leave her in the cage because they were going to be vacuuming and cleaning, I was going to work up here. And this fucking dog was going nuts, man. I'm talking nuts. She's such a nice dog, but this dog was going fucking bananas. Yeah, but you know, she's doing well. I'm doing well. Brady's doing well. You're doing well. So I guess we can get started here. You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. So why don't we get started, Lean? I guess we can start off with maybe Pat showing off what's dropping on Saturday. I can kind of frame it up.
Oh yeah. So we got. Hold on.
So I'll frame it up while you're grabbing them, Pat. So basically, we had a bunch of select hats in the store. There's not full size runs in most of these, though, I'm going to be honest with you guys. So what's going to end up happening is on Saturday, we wanted to refresh the wall at the store. So on Saturday, most of these will be dropping, and then others will be dropping throughout the week. So these are select hats. They all come with the pins and the certificates. These will be dropping on Saturday. Most of them. There might be a few that linger after that. And that's what's going to be happening on Saturday. So Pat's kind of showing them off right now.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these were there's a few of some of these, honestly, but it's going to give people a chance, the greater public, to pick these up. And you're going to see these drop. I don't know, Pat, if it's possible when we get them, right, to try to drop them simultaneously, as many as we can.
Yeah.
The chance, right?
Of course.
Yeah. So we'll see what we can do. Like this Detroit one is fantastic. Souls is in the comments. That's one of his favorite hats of all time. And there's quite a few of those left from the store. But again, these all come with the pins and the certificates. There's not many of that one left. That's for sure. But these will be happening on Saturday. So it'll be a select Saturday. And the ones that don't drop on Saturday, Pat and I will get up throughout the week. But most of them should get up on Saturday. So, Pat, we also have some folks. Why don't you show them what you're wearing? Because people are asking.
Yes. So I got the Frisco Rough Riders.
That's a good script.
This is a hat that's dropping soon at Topperzstore in Europe with the All-Star Game side patch, little details of copper, seashell.
That's a beautiful hat. And we're going to be doing something for the U.S. with that script, right, Pat?
Yes, of course.
And then the hat I'm wearing. So tonight we're dropping some hats. It's not this one. This is part 2 of the primary pack. So this is there's this one, and then there's the blue one that has a donkey. So this obviously is an ode to the Republican Party, and then the blue one is an ode to the Democrat Party. We did them in both colors, both styles. This was a New Hampshire theme hat from, I don't know, 2012 maybe, Leon? It's a while ago, man.
I want to say 14, 15 maybe.
Yeah, maybe. It was quite a while ago.
Long time ago, though.
So we put the American flag on the side. These will be dropping, I think, early next week, Pat, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
2016. Okay, 2016. So
No, it should. Yeah, it depends. maybe earlier.
Maybe earlier, right?
We are still waiting for them to arrive. So I think they should.
They're in Germany. They just departed Germany, Pat. I saw when I looked at the tracking. So I think they should be arriving today. They should be arriving today.
Yeah, they have to.
I hope so.
Yeah.
They departed from facility in Cologne, Germany.
Cologne. Yeah. No, it's written in Germany.
Koln.
No, then we have to take. So now you learn something. You have to pronounce it right. It's called Köln.
Köln.
No, Köln.
No.
Okay.
But so the other thing that we have to show off, Pat, before we jump into some of the topics is what's dropping tonight. So Pat and I wanted to create. Listen, this time of year is like it's good to be somewhat patriotic. There's some stuff going on with the primaries and whatnot. There's not a whole lot of these hats out there. So Pat and I figured to make them in both blue and red. So we have first in the 5950 silhouette, we have both the American flag in red and blue, and then it says USA on the back. That's Pat's favorite feature. He loves that part.
Yes.
And then we also did it in golfers. We wanted an old school feel. These things are pretty freaking cool. It's got the white rope across the front. Something my dad. When my dad unboxed these, he's like, "Oh my god, this is such a nice hat." I said, "That's exactly what I wanted to hear from you, Dad." So these are going to drop during the stream. These weren't hype hats. We didn't do it for that purpose. We did it just to have some really cool patriotic hats on the website. And those will be dropping today.
Yes.
So I guess, Leon, without further ado, we can jump into some of the topics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So first things first, Starbucks announced that they will not be restocking the famous Stanley mug. And people acting real bad getting these things. So
I have to ask Pat, do you know what these are?
Yeah, I know. I have heard that.
This is wild, right?
Yeah. This is crazy.
Did you guys see Leon? You got a video here too.
Yeah. So this fella here hopping and taking them, and then all these soccer moms trying to stop him.
This is crazy. There's videos of these ladies too trying to running to yeah, this guy's got a little bit of you in him.
Yeah. I'm not brave enough to do these kind of things.
This is like a running back a little bit.
Well, you're not a criminal.
Yeah. So
like Mike Allstott trying to run through the
So the bids got pretty crazy though. So yesterday when they made that announcement, some of the bids went up to 11,600. This is real time bids. I just grabbed them like maybe half hour ago.
$10,000.
So $10,000. Most of them are selling around $400 to $500 buy now price, but yeah, the resale is crazy.
Come on,
who buys it? No, that's so weird, right?
What the hell?
I mean, I don't know. That's a little bit weird.
It's for a fucking cup. Now my mom, right? I got my mom one on Amazon. She didn't care about what color. I got her this like a month ago. And she was telling me that in the crafting community, I guess you can take that finish off and you can affix like labels on them, like that these ladies do on their crickets.
Okay.
I didn't know nothing about this, but my mom said that's why there's a big appeal for some of them in the crafting community. So
yeah. I heard it's the double vacuum seal makes it appealing. Keeps your drink cold for 6 hours. Apparently, that's a thing.
This is fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, you can also buy this one. It costs like $25, and it says the same.
What does that say though? What does that say?
Go one more.
The fuck's that mean?
It's from this brand. Yeah, from BPN. You know, this nutrition brand.
Oh yeah. You're a big fan. You're a big fan of that brand.
Yeah, I am.
These things. This is crazy though. Like people are gonna really like. This reminded me of Cabbage Patch Kids when I was looking at the videos. Do you remember Cabbage Patch Kids, Pat, or no?
No, what's that?
There were these dolls that like came with like birth certificates and shit when I was a kid, and my all the little girls were really into them. But Christmas time, you would see these ladies just go fucking bananas and like fight each other every morning, running into like these big department stores to get a hold of these Cabbage Patch Kids.
No, I have never.
This was like that was the first real toy craze in the U.S. That was it. The Cabbage Patch Kids. It was in the early '80s. It was in fucking sane.
How does it look like? Cabbage Patch Kids?
They're fucking ugly. They're ugly. Leon, are you able to pull up a picture or no?
Yeah, I think so.
No, Beanie Babies were not before Cabbage Patch Kids. Cabbage Patch Kids were way before Beanie Babies. Way before.
How old were you when this was
5,
no,
6?
No.
So yeah, like they look like this.
Yeah, these things, dude, I'm telling you. Leon, can you find a video?
No, I've never
There's
seen it
videos of
before.
the craze, man. These ladies were like fighting over these things.
Ah, yeah. I saw. Yeah. Now I know what you mean. Yeah, I mean,
They're not.
look at
Leon's got a. I was
83.
sick, oh, look at this lady. Look at this lady. No, but they would run into the store and like literally beat the shit out of each other to get to these dolls. Well, I mean, Leon didn't find like the.
It seems pretty calm right now, but
Seems pretty calm.
Oh my god!
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's got a bat.
Calm down,
bat, man.
Yeah.
And then
garbage ladies with the bat.
You know the baseball cards, Garbage Pail Kids, like the Topps cards.
Yeah.
Not baseball cards, but the trading cards.
Yeah.
They were spawned off of this.
Okay.
Off the Cabbage Patch Kids. If you remember, like Garbage Pail Kids, they look just like this.
No, that's crazy. No, I did. I
Oh,
don't
no.
know. Oh, look at this.
Dude, I'm telling you, it was insane. Do you know what Garbage Pail Kids are, Pat, or no?
No, I've never. I have seen something like that. What it was, but I think this was not a topic in Europe.
No, show them the Garbage Pail Kids. So Adam Bomb was the most famous Garbage Pail Kid. That was like, and they had like B-sides, right? There he is, Adam Bomb. There were these trading cards, Garbage Pail Kids, and this was really risky. Like considered risque at the time, right? Like some parents didn't want their kids having these. It was like wild. And I think there was some sort of lawsuit between Garbage Pail Kids, like Topps, and like the guy that Oral Roberts or whatever his name is, the guy that stole the Cabbage Patch Kid idea from some girl. You know? But these are pretty cool, man. These remind me of when I was a kid.
Yeah, they're cool.
Look at this, and Pat's learning something about American culture here today.
Yeah,
I used to have Off the Wall Paul, but they had alternate names too, Leon. So like, Off the Wall Paul, there was like that was the A, but then there was a B that had a different name. Leggy Peggy.
Yeah, they recently did some baseball cards with them.
Look at the Jabba the Hutt one.
Yeah. To this one, yeah. Oh my god,
it's crazy. Then there was a Garbage Pail Kids movie. It was insane. But this was like, but the Cabbage Patch Kids were the first real toy hype. But that, I don't know how we got here. I guess we got here from the Stanley Cup. But yeah. All right. Well, we can get into the next topic, Leon. Since we taught Pat a little bit more about American culture, consumerism in the United States.
All right, so Dodgers doing Dodger things. I know we covered them a little bit, but they just did a funny move. Teoscar Hernandez got a 1-year, $23.5 million contract, but they decided to defer it over 10 years. So now they owe $865 million. The number sounds absurd and made up from 2028 to 2040. How do you guys feel?
Yeah, I mean,
when you divide it by 12, though, I'm not going to say that it's not wild, but they better have a good scouting department because they're going to need to like cut some payroll the rest of those years, right? But
they just traded 2 of their higher prospects today for 3 younger prospects. So I guess they're moving it along.
So I read some interesting stuff about the Dodgers and Shohei Ohtani specifically.
Mm-hmm.
So the Dodgers Stadium, on average, houses thousands more than the average MLB stadium. Okay.
Yep.
I think we can all agree that they're going to sell out every game, right? I mean, I would imagine they're going to sell out every game.
Every game? Yeah, close to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
man. They're going to sell every home game. They're going to sell out. I mean, this team is fucking loaded. And I mean, it's like, as long as they win, if they were to be a sub 500 team, which is fucking impossible at this point, right? But my point is, and what this article was illustrating was the revenue generated from the additional ticket sales just for the discrepancy of the average stadium alone pays Ohtani.
Yes. And you have also taken into consideration that they have a great brand, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're now going and say like you're making the same with the Blue Jays. Let's do it like this. I mean, they could be also a good team, but I think in purpose of sales of merchandise, the Dodgers will always do best, or the Yankees, something like that, right? And you can also attract people that are not into baseball. They buy more merchandise if they are going maybe to another team which is not that popular, right?
Well, they've captured a whole other economy now.
Yeah.
The Japanese economy, the Japanese customers who spend so much money on Dodgers merchandise now, they now, from a Major League Baseball perspective, own Japan.
Exactly. I mean, it's a perfect example with the Angels, right? It's not comparable if Ohtani plays with the Angels in view of what they can make numbers now.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Listen, people are like, oh, this is crazy. I think it's more about the rule piece and the allowance of them to defer so much salary. But at the end of the day, I don't think the Dodgers are making this decision unless they really can see the benefit of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These are smart fucking guys, man. They're not like idiots.
No, they are not.
How many do they have to win to not be considered a bust?
Listen, MLB, it all comes down to health, honestly. So, I mean, if the pitching staff, let's say any team can have issues like that. They can have their whole starting rotation just fucking fall apart.
Mm-hmm.
Then what? You're just going to slug them to death? That never works. That doesn't work at the end of the day. You got to have depth in your pitching. But you mean championships or wins in a season?
No. How many championships
over how many years
in Shohei's tenure? So I guess he signed 10 years.
They need to win 4.
4 for them not to be a failure.
They need to win 4, and I bet they will.
But at the end of the day, I was just looking highest paid sports players, athletes in the world, right? At the end of the day, these numbers are high. But if you compare it, for example, to soccer in Europe, or let's say football in Europe, those players, they get even more, right? So I think it's just like a business perspective. And I think if they can do it like the Dodgers and they sell more and they grow their brand through that, I think it's fair enough to do it.
Okay, Raymond, 1 through 9, Atlanta is not better than them. No way. I do love Acuna. I love him. I love a lot of players in the Braves, but I don't think they're not better than they're not deeper and stronger than the Dodgers. The Dodgers are. It's almost unfair.
Atlanta's definitely done signed for a lot better deals, though.
How much does Ohtani get per season? Do you know that, Leon?
$2 million.
What, 2 million? No.
It's $2 million, for 10 years.
And then the rest of it,
$68 million is deferred.
Okay.
Listen, I think Kyle's right. It's a tough sport to win, and all they have to do is win one. I don't think that's going to be considered a success, Kyle. I think they need to win 3 to 4 championships for this to be this kind of money, man. I mean, come on. We're just talking about Ohtani, like off the top of our head, but then Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman. I mean, they've spent a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, they've also let a lot of guys go to do this. I think they kind of reset their threshold a little bit.
There are even golf players who get over 100 million per season. I did not know that.
So, like the Red Sox won 3 times in 10 years. I think the San Francisco Giants did.
Yeah.
Right?
12, 14, 16.
And each of those teams retooled. They had some consistency on the rosters, but they had to retool to some degree. I'm not certain these guys are going to have to retool that much, but I think to think that this team can't win 3 in 10 years or 4 in 10 years, I think you're kidding yourself. The Yankees too. I mean, in the late 90s into the late 90s, they won what, 4? I mean, you can do that. It can happen, and this team is poised to do so. I think like the one worry I have is like in baseball, managers still kind of matter to a degree. They kind of matter,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. We'll see.
And don't underestimate the Mets, of course, Pierre.
Yeah, the Mets are the dark horse, right? They're coming out of nowhere. I saw they signed somebody. I was going to message you and fuck with you, but I'm like, nah. It's like.
Yeah, thank you.
It's like kicking a puppy at that point, So why don't we at least we're going to know each other for the next decade, I'm sure. So, Pat and I for sure. Leon, you're going to be around with me too. So let's make our guess. I'm saying they're going to win 4 in 10 years.
I'll take 2.
Okay, then I go in. Yeah, then I go in between you. I go with 3.
3? Okay.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, do you think it's good for the sport that they build some crazy teams like this? No. I mean, it's like back in the days with the NBA when they were the Golden State Warriors or something like that. I hated that time.
It depends. So I like it, the fact that they're going for it, but it creates a thing where you now want a salary floor more than a salary cap. Because I can't blame the team for wanting to win, but I can look at it and be like,
no, I agree with you.
You put together a good team and you never want to spend money. Like look at Tampa Bay, for example.
Yeah. We talked about that already. So I think, that's good too. But at the end of the day, as I mentioned before, that's different. But in Europe, football or soccer, how you call it, all these guys who had a lot of money, they are dominating, right? And all the other teams have no chance anymore.
Yeah, but you know what though, dude? All these fucking owners have money.
Yeah.
The net worth of the Kansas City Royals owner.
I'm not sure because I don't think that if you put out money like this, they have money, the owners, but at the end of the day, they are businessmen, right? They are not spending fucking money, or they don't want to burn money because they always want to have a return. There will be a sports return, but at the end of the day, I think they always want to have a money return that's expected when they invest some money, right?
I agree. No, listen, I agree.
Yeah, but if you're now spending $865 million in Tampa Bay, for example, just think about the stadium and all. Yeah, that's a completely different thing.
No, you're right. But Tampa Bay is an outlier.
Because it's an outlier, yes.
No matter what talent you put there, that fucking area, you're not going to draw people. But let's talk about
Oakland then. Let's say
Oakland. Yeah, Oakland. Let's talk about Oakland, right?
Great fan base.
They had a fan base.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
I think the difference between North American and European sports is like soccer. You get if you get a great player and you find them really young, you could still profit. You won't be able to pay him for the whole career, but you can at least sell him to another player.
That's it. I think this would be interesting if this something like that would be in US sports too. If you have to sell players, like going in and say, okay, you can have Ohtani whenever you want because he has a contract, but you have to pay $300 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
not like trading.
Soccer dwarfs baseball though. Soccer dwarfs baseball in terms of international appeal and the amount of money involved in that sport. Soccer is a way bigger, I'm not a soccer fan, but I am fully aware that the power behind soccer is much different than baseball. My thing is I kind of agree with Leon with the salary floor.
Mm-hmm.
Like these guys should not. If you're not willing to fucking put a competitive team on the field, they shouldn't be a fucking owner.
Yeah.
Yes, I fully agree. So I think there are a lot of difference. But wouldn't that be interesting if you have something like this that you cannot trade, that you have to buy or sell players? I mean, you know, if you draft, I mean, there's so much advantages on both systems because what I love in the US is the draft system. I think that's cool because, you know, it's not like also if you have a lot of money, young players are more attracted to go to the teams with a lot of money because they play like on the top leagues, right? So or they play for championships. But in the US, you probably have to go if you're a big talent to a club which is maybe not that good, right? Through the draft system. But then you develop in this team and then you go away from this team. And those teams don't have anything from that, you know? So if they can sell it like 3 years later or something like that for 200 million, this would be also interesting to see. But I think both systems have advantages and disadvantages.
Yeah.
I also think the ownership of these teams, no matter what the money levels are, if their propensity is not to spend and to hoard that money for themselves and not put a winning product on the field, they're going to continue to do so no matter what the structure is.
Yeah.
I'm tired. Like for me, like Oakland, like that's like the saddest story in baseball.
Yeah, absolutely.
That people, I remember in the 80s, like in 89, I remember Dave Stewart, all fucking Bash Brothers. There was the fan base out there was just rabid, right? And then you get this ownership team that refuses to put a competitive team on the field and just decimates a city. Like for me, to get back to the subject of deferred salaries, I bet this is going to trigger change because this is fucking egregious. Like we're not even talking about Hernandez getting signed because once you saw that, you were almost numb to it at that point. You're like, fuck this, man. This is fucking crazy. Like I was like, oh, this is just fucking insane now at this point, right?
Yeah.
But there has to be some changes instilled to create because baseball is really on this path of parity. They wanted different teams on top every year, right? Remember? That was their whole thing. It didn't fucking work.
No.
It did not fucking work. So, you know, I don't know. I don't understand all of the bureaucracy behind it or the laws. I don't know if they can take away deferred salaries. I don't know how that works. But I certainly think there needs to be something done.
Mm-hmm.
It's not competitive anymore. What if fucking Kansas City has to play this team? Like they're gonna get fucking murdered.
Like North American sports though awards losing though, and the way that European sports don't. So like in European sports, if you suck, you might get relegated. You might lose your spot. In North American sports, you get the first pick, and you get to guarantee that guy will work for you.
Dude, there's so many. I don't want to go down this rabbit hole. We got to change subjects, right? But I got to tell you this, like. I'm going to tell you, Pat and I talked about like the rabid fans in Europe with soccer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just how passionate they are, how angry they get, how competitive it is. And I'm going to tell you, you know why that doesn't happen in the U.S., Pat? I'm going to tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
Because on average, it's only rich people going to games now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely different.
Out the real fans.
Yep, it is.
You know, like even for I'm by no means a rich man, but I don't want to spend $700 to go to a fucking basketball game.
No,
I don't. No. I just don't. I don't want to fucking spend that kind of money. So what they've done, these major sports leagues now, these rich ass fucking owners, they've priced out the real rabid, passionate fans have been priced out. So now you've got all of these rich people sitting on their fucking hands watching games. I'm not saying everybody goes to a game is rich, but what they've done is they've priced you out of it, and they've taken like the real good, hardworking American out of the fucking stadiums.
Yes,
that's part of the issue.
Yeah,
you know, and I think that's part of it. And I think it all comes down to like this ownership, man. The owners of these teams they're either like willing to spend and go all in and do something about it, but we say that, right? And then LA's got they've got that iconic logo that sells a million times over,
Yeah.
And what's Tampa Bay got? They got that fucking TB and that stupid fucking fish,
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. Next topic. This one, Pierre, you're gonna have to take us through this one a little bit, but the Pat McAfee, Aaron Rodgers feud.
So Pat McAfee, he's known as this kind of righteous, I'm gonna say how I feel. I'm this, I'm that, right? Unfortunately, it works for Disney. So I don't know, it works for Disney. So if anyone knows, Disney's got a lot of affiliations out there. And Aaron Rodgers has been on McAfee's show. I haven't followed McAfee for a long time. I'm not really a huge McAfee fan, to be honest with you. I'm even less of a fan of him now. But basically he was told, you know what? You need to get Aaron Rodgers off your show because Aaron had some negative things to say about Jimmy Kimmel, talked a lot about Jimmy Kimmel and this Epstein thing. And also the other part of it was he's an anti-vaxxer. So if you know anything about these big companies such as Disney, they have a whole lot of shit going on with Big Pharma. So basically McAfee had to kick Aaron Rodgers off of his show. And then like a little bitch, McAfee didn't stand his ground. Now, I kind of understand why he's not standing his ground because he's getting paid $50 million a year from ESPN, right? But just a really sad state of affairs. I don't know. I'd love to hear people in the comments what they think, but it's you know what? Pat was talking to me about this, right? We were actually talking together about this, not about this subject, but how everything's turning into podcasts.
Yeah.
No one gives a fuck anymore about ESPN, Fox. Nobody fucking cares anymore because it's all tainted and bought now.
Yeah.
So the one thing I liked about McAfee is before he was here, from what I understood, he was just going to do his fucking thing. And that's why that was the appeal, right? And then Disney and ESPN put the shackles on him.
That's so crazy, right? That's so crazy because you really have to check out nowadays. Is this a real show or is it controlled by someone else from backstage, right? Putting in, you can say this, you can say that, you cannot say this, and all that stuff, and that's super. I hate this, and I think the revolution which is currently going on, and I think it's still a silent revolution, but you can. If you now reflect, for example, what you are consuming the whole day, right? It's not anymore that you're watching TV. I have no TV anymore. I don't watch TV anymore. I just consume the stuff that I want at the time that I want on YouTube, on podcasts and all that stuff. So I have the possibility to choose what I want to see, right? And I don't give a shit if something like that is ridiculous, to be honest. And we talked about that today. It's how Elon Musk reacted on that was absolutely right. Absolutely.
And I think listen, so Mexi just said anti-vaccine wasn't part of it. Yes, it was. Because this is the thing you have to understand. They're looking for reasons to move away from anybody that's going to go against who's funding them. So I don't want to get ultra deep here because this is, this is what it is. Disney is in bed with Big Pharma. You have Aaron Rodgers saying that he's an anti-vaxxer. He's already not someone that they want to deal with. And then the Jimmy Kimmel thing was certainly part of it too. So I just want to be clear. If you don't think the anti-vax stuff with Aaron Rodgers is part of the reason, you're wrong. I'm not going to say whether I agree with vaxxing or not. I don't. That's not the topic here. What I'm saying is, in a general sense, that's what it's about.
Yep.
Pay attention. All right. Let's move on to the next topic. Fuck you, McAfee.
End of an era. I don't think this has happened very often, but 3 coaches ended their tenures. So we have Pete Carroll and the Seahawks breaking up. Bill Belichick ending after 24 seasons, 6 chips, and Nick Saban leaving Alabama. What do you guys think about this?
Saban was a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys agree with that? I don't know. Like, maybe put a poll up there, Leon. Was anybody like the Saban specifically? Was that a surprise? Because I was fucking shocked.
Yeah. Is there already rumors what he's doing now?
He's saying he's retiring.
Just retiring.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
A lot of the recruits have already decommitted.
My favorite Pete Carroll moment though was him calling the passing play.
That's what he's going to forever be known as. He was set up to have a dynasty there, and he only ended up with one ring, and I think that's the worst part of it. But he could have easily won 3-4.
No.
I mean, I'm most educated on Bill Belichick, obviously, because I'm a Patriots fan. But I will say the Saban one really did surprise me. That guy's a fucking winner, man. No matter what anybody, that guy's a fucking winner.
Mm.
Like, and no one ever. I don't know, man. You don't ever hear any bad shit about him either, do you? Like, I've never heard anything bad about this guy.
Nope.
He just looks
Pete Carroll.
all the time.
Pete Carroll. The only thing that I really can say about Pete Carroll is like, you know, like you were talking about, Leon, he really should have won more with that Seahawks team. But the other thing that I heard about Pete Carroll that really rubbed me the wrong way was how he handled Russell Wilson. Almost like a fucking, like Russell Wilson was this like god, and like you know, he reinforced any of like Russell Wilson's poor behaviors, such as like people needing to go through his fucking agent just to speak to him, his teammates, like stuff like that was like kind of like,
Yeah.
He was a coach at USC when they had all their stuff taken away for all those violations, right? Wasn't he? Reggie Bush and
was he?
I think he was.
You might be right. But listen, someone said Saban was ran out of Miami because the college game is it feels to be so dependent upon recruiting. That's a different ball game, man. It's a much different ball game. And once you get something rolling in the college ranks, and that includes the NC, like the basketball as well. Once you get a program rolling, people want to come. It's not as hard to recruit.
No, exactly. Yeah.
It's just like anything else. You build a nice foundation to it, and then it gets rolling, and then it just keeps fucking. Look at the UConn women's basketball. I remember when they were fucking nothing, right? Then Gino Auriemma gets that program going. They win a national championship. It starts to build steam. And then all of a sudden, everyone's like, Tennessee who? Because it used to be Tennessee. But once he got it going, now everybody wanted to go to UConn for so many years. Now you're starting to see it shift again to a different. My point is, like, the NFL game versus the NCAA is completely different. It's completely different. We've seen Pete Carroll actually was successful at both.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't happen very often.
No.
Even in the NBA, when you see NCAA coaches go to the NBA, do they really do that well?
No. And we can see it now when Harbaugh is coming back.
Oh yeah, we can see if that. Yeah.
You think he'll come back? Is that a thing?
They were talking about him potentially coming to the NFL.
Yeah.
The thing with him is, though, you know, Pat, the thing with him is he's a great like developer of quarterbacks, so that may be something that helps him. But yeah, I don't think he should try it though, because I think he got a good thing going in Michigan now.
Yeah.
He'd be leaving at the peak, I guess.
I think so too. Yeah.
Because for a while they were saying he couldn't win the big game.
Where was he before? He was at the 49ers, right? Before he went to Michigan.
Yes.
Wasn't he? Yeah. So
he
and
coached against his brother.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, and for his brother, it took also long to develop the team. So I think probably there's the biggest chance this year to win the Super Bowl.
Now to Belichick.
Yeah, this would be crazy. This would be crazy if the Ravens win the Super Bowl this year and he won the national championship, his brother. This would be crazy, right?
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
That would be crazy. But now to Belichick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I'm a Patriots fan, diehard Patriots fan, but I was around when they fucking blew. I was there when they were at their peak, and when I named my son after Tom Brady. And all the while, I felt like Bill Belichick was the greatest professional football coach of all time, and I still think that. He lost the team. Listen, he's not a guy at this point in his life that can really be rebuilding. I think he's got to go to a team with some sort of talent. And the Patriots didn't have any. I'm sorry, but Mac Jones and that fucking terrible ass team, the defense was still solid, man. And that's his trademark. It's always been his trademark. Great defense. Wherever he goes, has to have some components on defense, but they have to have a strong offensive coordinator and offensive pieces to work with. Because I'm going to tell you where I think he's going to go. There's two places I think are the best landing spot for Belichick. Number one is the Atlanta Falcons, which would be an incredible turn of events for Pat, because he was instrumental in that huge comeback in the Super Bowl. But the other team, I think, and I want people to mark this down. People think I'm fucking crazy, right? But there's times that I'm not. I believe if the Philadelphia Eagles have an early exit from the playoffs this year, that the coach is gone, Belichick slides in. Watch.
Which one? Sorry, which one?
The Eagles.
The Eagles, yeah.
I believe because Philly has got all the pieces to be fucking fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And we watched them, and we're going to get to our picks for the NFL playoffs in a minute. I believe Tampa Bay. I'm gonna let this out of the bag. I think Tampa Bay is going to beat Philly. I think Philly is in such disarray right now. It's a fucking mess, but they're talented as fuck.
But they have a bad defense, right? So
but what do they have? They have a good offense.
Yes, exactly. No, you're right.
Belichick can go in there. He can allow that offense to gel and continue to do great things, and he can fix that fucking defense.
Mm-hmm.
I just have a feeling he's gonna if the Eagles are knocked out in against Tampa Bay, I feel like he's gonna end up there.
Yeah, I think it's a better spot. I mean, we talked yesterday about that. I don't know if I would like to see him at the Falcons. I think it would be cool, but I think the Falcons need to be developed over some years. So they have talent, offensive and defense, but they have no quarterback. So I think the Eagles might be a much better spot because, to be honest, he doesn't have that long, like 10 years or something like that, right? Or like 5 years.
He could probably turn them around in a year.
Yeah, probably he has to do it the same like Tom Brady did with the Buccaneers. Something like that, going anywhere else 2 years and winning a championship.
I don't know, Kyle. I think if the Eagles, the way they limped out of the regular season, I think they're going to lose to Tampa Bay, and I think that coach is fucking out. I do.
Nah, they won't lose against Tampa Bay.
I think they fucking suck right now. Have you watched them?
Yeah, yeah.
They're terrible, man.
Yeah.
They're terrible. Yeah, well, listen, enough of this subject, right?
All right. So now we are on to the picks.
Yes.
So our country's flags will be used for the.
We were trying to find the right way to do this. Our country's flag up here.
Yeah, probably Austria. Probably Canada and Austria is known for a lot of football knowledge.
So I guess we'll go game by game. Cleveland versus Houston. Who wants to go first?
This is tough. I was surprised by Houston this year.
I was too. I think I'm going. I'm going Houston.
Yep, me too.
Same with you.
Yeah.
I'll make it a clean sweep for Houston. DeMeco Ryans turn that team around pretty damn fast.
Dude,
and,
but
CJ Stroud.
Fire.
I know, but he's like 39 and just came off the couch. I bet on the young kid, CJ.
Yep.
I'm changing mine. I'm going Cleveland.
Joe Flacco.
Yeah, you know what it is, man? Flacco.
Nah, come on.
Joe Flacco.
I'm going Cleveland. I'm going Cleveland, man.
I told you
that
that my second favorite team are the Ravens, right? And back in the days, I hated when every time we played with Flacco, I was so happy when he left. I mean, it was crazy, right?
Dude, this is a knockout punch kind of guy.
Yeah.
He's still got a great arm. I like the story behind it, and I feel like beyond the story,
I mean, yeah.
I'm going Cleveland. All right. Philly, Tampa Bay. I already told you where I'm going. If you asked me this mid-season, I would say Philly was going to fucking annihilate them.
Well, Philly was 10-1.
Yeah. Yeah. And now, oh my God, it's nah. I'm always thinking if the Falcons made it, not losing Tampa Bay 2 weeks ago, they probably would be on that spot, and now they could face Philly. This would be great. But I'm still going with Philly.
You want Philly to win because you have some Philadelphia Eagles hats you have to sell.
Fuck, you know. I told you yesterday, fuck that shit. They came in now. Please.
Pat's just trying to manifest a Philly win so we can sell some fucking hats.
Yeah, always positive thinking. So,
I'm with you, Pierre. A major fraud alert with Philly. I don't think they pull it together. So we've seen them lose big. A lot of big losses down the stretch. So
I want to see Philly lose too, so I can prove to everyone that fucking Belichick's gonna be the coach over there.
All right. So next game, Miami versus KC. I heard this might be the coldest game in Miami history, playoff history.
All right, so this one, listen, I think Mahomes is not the same guy without Hill.
Mm-hmm.
But I think from a conditions perspective, I think from an experience perspective, I think Kansas City is going to win. But I think it's going to be a very high scoring game.
Yeah, this is probably the best game, I think.
Yeah, the game that when I'm looking at it, I would make this one second. I think Buffalo Pittsburgh is going to be really fucking good.
You might be right.
But I'm going KC. I'm going KC.
Yeah, me too.
I'm gonna make it a KC sweep. If Miami was at home, I would favor Miami a little bit more.
Yeah, but in the cold.
Yeah.
The game no one fucking cares about, Detroit and the Los Angeles Rams.
Well, these are the teams that swapped quarterbacks that many years ago, right?
Yeah, that's a good storyline, I guess.
I mean, I know
that
Pierre is a huge Jared Goff fan.
I fucking hate Jared Goff, man. For those that don't know, Jared Goff, for some reason, shows up in the New Era system every time we're building hats. I'm not sure why, but he's one of the selections. I don't fucking know why.
Always in the drop down. It's always like Jared.
It's always in the drop down. I'm not really sure what he has to do with New Era. All right, so honestly, let someone else go first. Who do you guys got with Rams Detroit?
Detroit. I go with Detroit. I mean, they play really good. I'm not a Jared Goff fan, but I also
they should have beat Dallas, right?
Yeah.
That's the game with a controversial call.
Yeah.
Yeah. They would have had a higher seed, I think.
Yeah, they would have.
Yeah.
And I also
want
to
Detroit.
see them succeed. I also want to see them succeed because they had a tough times. So the only Canadian football team should win.
I'm good. I've got them. I've got them winning that game.
I got Dan Campbell.
Buffalo Pittsburgh's a tough one for me.
Buffalo's been up and down all year.
Josh Allen is so fucking mistake prone.
Yeah. That's really weird. But I don't think that Pittsburgh is strong enough to upset them. I don't know. I'm not sure.
My heart wants to. I hate Pittsburgh too, right? My heart. I would love to see them. Buffalo fans are dicks.
We felt that Buffalo weather. That home court advantage to Buffalo. I mean, it's not that much against Pittsburgh, but that home court advantage, holy shit.
That home field is up next level.
You're explaining how they built it where it was more windy and stuff. Like, no, yeah. That was.
I gotta be honest with you. There's a very few fan bases I hate more than fucking Buffalo. But
I go with Buffalo.
Yeah, I got Buffalo too.
Yeah,
no, I want to be clear here. I want Pittsburgh to win.
Yeah, this is where we learned about Jason's prison wallet, and I will bet Buffalo.
The prison wallet, man.
Hey, on the next game, okay? On the next game, it would be so crazy when the Packers win.
You think the Packers are gonna win?
Yeah, McAfee. I mean,
you got the Packers in that game?
Nah, I think Dallas will do it, but I said it would be crazy if the Packers beat it because of the head coach.
This is another game where I just fucking love. I would love Green Bay to win.
Yeah, that's what I meant. You know.
And look, and now we're getting people and make a Packers hat. They're tough too, though, right, Pat? Packers hats are tough to make.
Yeah. In the meantime, should I drop the hats? By the way.
Yeah, might as well drop the hats while we're doing this.
Yep. Okay, I dropped the hats in the meantime.
I've got Dallas in this one. I know you have, Ricky. I know, but it's hard to make Packers hats. Who do you got in this one, Leon?
I feel like Dallas is a bit of a fraud team, so fuck it. I'm gonna go. Just for entertainment purposes, I will go Green Bay.
Wow, they're not. I don't know, man. They're talented, man.
I just feel like when they need to win the big game, they never do it. They're kind of like the New York Rangers of football.
Oh, wait until this year I think they are strong enough to go for the Stanley Cup.
But that's the thing about them; they always make you think they're strong enough.
Yeah, that's true. No, that's true.
Yeah, who do you got? Who do you got, Pat? You got Dallas in this one?
Yeah, I got Dallas in this one. So the hats are online. Yeah, I got Dallas in this one. I think,
guys.
I mean, it would be just a cool story.
All right. So we're gonna revisit this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll save this.
Now, listen. We're gonna miss because we're bi-weekly, right? So we're gonna post the results. We'll post the results on the Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, Leon, you'll make sure you get to us, and we'll get on a call and we'll do our picks.
Yes.
For the next week.
Yes.
And then we'll unveil them all on the show the following week.
Yeah, because we would have done them, but because of the seeding and stuff, it's too.
It's too complicated, man. It's too complicated.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. So that was fun.
Yep.
That's it for the events of the week.
Wow. Well, I guess what we can do to wrap up the show is show off the NFL pack.
Yes.
All right. So, since we have some really loyal folks in here up this late with us. So 143 people in here. Let's hit that like button, everybody. And I'm going to start with this first part, which is a lot of people are asking. I'm not sure if they're asking you, Pat, but they're certainly asking me, like, when's the next pack? When's the next pack? So
yeah.
Today I spent some time while Pat was asleep mapping out when we've got to build some hats, right, Pat?
Mm-hmm.
So the next draft pack won't be until August.
Mhm.
So I just want to make sure everyone knows that. So we're not going to do any more of the draft caps until August. So they'll release in August, September, somewhere around there for the NFL season. The reason why is because we want to be a little bit more seasonal with our merchandise and making sure that we're kind of lining up with the seasons appropriately, if that makes sense. So that's that. And then there will be more NFL hats, more NBA hats, all that stuff coming next year too. There's a lot. So Pat and I are going to really focus on that. We talked a lot about that. Now, the way these hats are going to be divided up, I'm going to tell you guys, pending. Let me check the shipment, see if it got to you yet, Pat, or if it's when it leaves that place in Germany, right, Pat? It should be almost to you, right?
Yeah, no, it should arrive today.
Okay. Let me just take a look here. It's in Vienna, so it'll arrive today.
Yes.
So all right, so we're going to tell you guys which hats are dropping on which Sunday. So the first Sunday is going to be, I don't remember, Pat.
Hold on.
I think it was Dolphins, Ravens, Steelers, maybe?
Yes, I think you're right. Just let me check that I'm not taking any shit. Yes, you're right.
Okay, so this Sunday, during the day, there'll be a shock drop with these three. Okay, so these three will be dropping on Sunday. I'm going to go through them with you guys real quick. So the first one is the Ravens, the Ray Lewis. Drafted in 96. Nice smooth cap. This will be one of the three. The second one will be defensive end extraordinaire Jason Taylor with a Dolphin script. Now, you guys can't, I don't know if you get a good look at it, but there's gold in there too. So it's not just that aqua blue and orange. It's also got gold in there. And then it's got the draft patch for the year Jason Taylor was drafted. And for you Miami fans, you know that's a legendary Dolphins player. Gray under. Boom. And last but not least, everyone's favorite Head and Shoulders spokesman, Troy Polamalu.
That's so great with the golden outline in the front.
Yeah, and I think, I don't want to overcommit, right? But I do believe that, guys, if these sell fast on Sunday, we could probably open a pre-order on them. So we just got to, if they sell fast on Sunday, like we did with the Raiders, we'll open a pre-order on them. Now, the following Sunday, I'm going to go through the three hats that are on the following Sunday. So the first one is probably, in my opinion, the most attractive of all the hats.
Oh, yeah.
This is the Dwight Freeney. So this one has got that metallic blue outline in metallic gold for the horseshoe, satin blue brim like the first set of these, gray under, and it's got the draft patch that corresponds with Dwight Freeney's draft year 2002. This one to me. So you know what it was? I'm going to tell you guys honestly. This is how Pat and I kind of work, right? We pull up the Colts logo, and Pat tells me, Pierre, the Colts don't sell. I said, well, we're going to make it sell because we're going to make it look good. So then we said, fuck it. This is where we're going to unleash the satin brim with the metallic blue. Yeah. And it came out better than we expected. So
yeah, it's probably it's probably the best hat, I would say, in this pack.
To me, it is.
To me too.
It's not going to have the most fervent fan base, but certainly the best looking. But just to tell you guys, that's kind of how the conversation came along with Pat and I. That's literally how it works. Like we're sitting there, we're just talking shit, and Pat's like, Colts hats don't sell. All right, well, let's try this one. All right, now we know one of the best fan bases in football is the Chicago Bears fan base. Those guys are fucking loyal. And so we did this Bears hat with that classic Bears front logo outlined in gold. Then you've got that orange brim. We did a green UV because we like the way the green looks with the orange. It just looked really sharp. And then we slapped on a nice draft patch that depicts the Brian Urlacher, one of the best linebackers in football history, the Brian Urlacher patch on the side. So this one came out really smooth, and this is a second hat dropping in the NFL draft pack next Sunday. And last but not least, we're going to go through this hat. So this was the Javon Curse. Now, I'm going to transparency at Topperzstore USA. This is probably my second favorite hat in terms of the way it looks. But it's got the wrong patch. It's got the 91 patch. This was supposed to be the 99 patch. They put the 91 patch on there. So in all transparency, I told people as they were asking for invoices and whatnot, hey, it's got the 91 patch. Like, I don't give a fuck. I still want the hat. But Afro Cap, you got to understand something about like what we can and can't do. There were certain draft patches that were not available. So if a draft patch wasn't available, we weren't able to do it. Eddie George is one of my favorite players from the Oilers/Titans. But no, and that's the 91 patch. You can see it right there.
Mm-hmm.
Leon, can you pull up the 99 patch? What it looks like?
Yeah, 1 second.
But this one is also outlined in gold. It's got all kinds of metallics in there.
It looks so good.
91 or 99, you said?
99.
99? Yep. Right here. It's not big, sorry.
It is 99. Look, it is 99. Those two, that is 99. Look.
Yeah, we were right.
We were right. Well, guys.
Oh, there you go.
It's just, it looks
Pat
weird, right?
Oh,
Pat
it looks
and I
like
were being so
1991.
fucking on. No, it looks like 90. It looks like it, but look, those aren't ones. That's the 99.
Yeah, so that's the 99 draft. Okay.
What were you gonna say, Pat?
Yeah, no. I'm excited.
Now I feel better. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because this is the 91.
Oh, that thing looks like shit. I'm just kidding. Nah, man, I feel so much better now. You know what? It's because like that's an outline of that's like some sort of drop shadow or shadow or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you make them all the same color, it looks like it's
Looks like 99. It looks like
1991.
No, I knew it looked like 2 9s, guys. What I'm saying is that it looks like a 1 and a 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gosh, I feel so much better now.
Oh, there you go. Javonkers.
Javon, the freak lives.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, listen, this was a great show. We went 9 minutes over. I've been up for 100 hours. Pat, you just woke up, so you're just getting your day started.
Yes.
But, Pat, can you please answer Tyler? He's asking, have you ever watched any of Arnold's new TV show, Fubar?
No, I have not. I think where is it aired? I think could it be like Hulu or something like that? Because we don't have it over here.
Skydance Television and Blackjack Films.
Yeah, this is something we definitely don't have here.
Oh, you can get it on Netflix if you have it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I need to check. No, I've not watched it. Is it cool?
I don't know.
Tyler certainly wants to know your feelings on it, so I guess you have some homework to do, Pat.
Yes, I'll do that.
Tyler is one of our biggest supporters. Him and his wife.
I know.
Him and his wife are both huge supporters. So
I'll take a look at it. Yeah, Tyler is always watching my stream too. So
I've been watching Invasion, Pat.
Oh yeah, you like it?
I do. It's kind of like a Stranger Things feel to it.
Yeah, a little bit, right? I mean, it's good. You will. Are you already in the second season?
Oh yeah, no. Anna and I are almost through the second season.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool.
It's really good. I was I was pleasantly surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Anisha is probably my favorite character.
Yeah,
she's a bad bitch, man.
You guys watching Fargo? I don't.
Fargo.
Oh, my camera is too warm.
Look at this.
Too much heat.
It says something in fucking German. Yeah. Look at him. He's fucking out there chuckling. He's going to get a fan for his camera. But listen, this was another good show, man. I appreciate all of you joining us. This is a late night show. This is way past my bedtime, and I know a lot of you guys have to get to work in the morning, so I really appreciate it. It's nice to see that that our good friend Souls got through writing his college paper For those that don't know, Souls has been with us watching our show since he was an adolescent. So it's really we're watching him grow up around us. And Pat, I want to tell you too, man. We had customers come into the store. I don't know if you heard the live that we did yesterday. These folks came all the way from Guam to visit their family in Fresno, right?
That's
the
cool.
only reason why they came to the Bronx was to just stop by the store and say hi, and to buy some hats.
That's so
amazing.
Cool.
Yeah, amazing stuff. And I just want to thank everyone for being such loyal supporters to what we're doing here. We appreciate you all. And I want to thank you all for that. And I want to thank you, Pat, for being a fantastic partner. There's nobody on this planet I'd rather do this work with than you. And Leon W. Chen, my brother, my big Asian brother. I want to thank you for moderating and always being there for us too. And with that, Leon, big fella, take us away.
Yeah, make sure you guys are dropping a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. For Leon, Pat, and Pierre, we're out of here.
See you, everybody.
Bye.
Peace.